This is take 3 because we keep forgetting to turn the microphone on. Okay, so welcome everyone back to the Car Boutique's detailing channel. Back by a bit of a demand actually, because I've had 3 or 4 messages saying they like the 2-person sort of video review. So Karl Hampson,
thanks very much for the invite again.
Welcome back, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We have got, as you can see, this ambulance. It's a first responder ambulance. Now I know quite a few people who do this kind of stuff, and me and Karl were thinking about different ways to keep the Car Boutique's YouTube channel energized, and we thought, let's do something like this. And this is basically our way of saying, I suppose, thank you to the NHS, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. So you've said already the first responders, but we look at the doctors, the nurses, the paramedics,
staff,
admin, all the people that work within the NHS, we want to say a massive thank you to. Absolutely,
and it's art's very small way. It's spending a few hours making one of their cars clean. Arguably, the NHS, a lot of the NHS people, it's a thankless task. Okay, this is our way of saying thank you, and I'll leave it there. I will say, if you do have the opportunity to help out someone in the NHS and they've got a car and all that kind of stuff, ask the question. These vehicles are fleet managed. You do have to ask permission, and we've got permission to do this one, but we're gonna see how it goes. We're up against the weather at the moment today.
We are today.
Could be thunderstorms, could be rain, so we're going to see how it pans out as to what we're going to do. So it's not a product review, it's just us two beards in a car again, having a bit of fun, doing something for the NHS. So how did we go about product selection? We had a bit of a chat, didn't we, really?
So we had, again, it was about a 20-minute chat on what the products we wanted to use, and we've gone for a wide range of brands, actually. So we thought we'd talked about how we were going to deal with the pre-wash, snow foam, our shampoo, and what LSP we were going to use. So we've got our list, and we're going to crack on and get washing this car.
We will. We don't know what LSP we're going to use because we don't know what the weather's going to do. So it could be a spray-on sealant. We've got waxes, we've got wheel waxes, we've got all sorts of kit are available, but we're going to see how it pans out. So let's chat. We're going to not do any more talking. We're going to do loads and loads of videos, a bit of an ASMR type thing, and then we'll have a chat at the end and see how we got on. So let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Well, that was emotional, wasn't it?
And its ups and downs, I would say.
That is the most traumatic car wash I've ever done in my life. So we started off with the wheels, everything was going well. What stage did we get onto until the heavens opened?
So it started to rain a tiny bit when we did with the citrus pre-wash, and then heavens opened as we got to the snow film stage.
Yeah, but we persevered because we thought we'd get a bit of a sympathy vote, didn't we?
Well,
we can't
all
stop.
about the sympathy vote.
We're all about the sympathy. Okay, so it just shows you these are real world sort of videos. We have got a garage though, but we thought no, we'll stay outside. And this essentially was a wash, and I think it's come up pretty good actually. There's a little bit of dirt where it gets trapped in the transfers that we couldn't do anything about, but we had to be quite gentle with this car because we did not want to be sort of peeling this back. But I think in terms of the process, it wasn't that different to a normal car, was it really?
No. The only process I would say that probably was a little bit more, not unusual, but felt different was actually the actual contact wash side.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously pushing your mitt across the car itself. It felt rougher, but that was down to the transfers themselves.
Yeah. So we had the transfers, we had the lips onto the transfers, we had solar panels, we had electrical points on the outside of the car, the lights, the electrics, all stuff that you wouldn't normally sort of have to cope with. Okay, so we're going to put loads and loads of pictures of the products used. If you go into the video details, it's got all the products we've used and links to where you can go and find them. But putting you on the spot, everyone likes to know what product caught their eye. I've got mine, but if you can think of all the products we used, what one, either what one surprised you or which one didn't perform the way you did. It's up to you how you answer that.
Okay, so the one probably that surprised me is the zirconite wheel cleaner.
Zirconite wheel cleaner, okay.
So it's not, it didn't say it had any fallout.
Yeah.
To me, it smelled very citrus based, and if I'm going to be honest, when I smelt it, I didn't think it would have the effect it did, and it's done a cracking job on the wheels. So that's probably.
So in terms of cleaning, you were really impressed with that.
Absolutely, definitely, considering the wheels were absolutely caked.
Yeah,
and it went through it astonishingly well.
Yeah, I noticed that because we did a couple of wheels each. One thing I would critique on that though is when we were doing the tyres, because it comes out light brown, it's very difficult to see at what point your tyres are clean, because you're usually going, it's usually a white product, you scrub it, it goes brown, you rinse it off, you reapply, you scrub it, it stays white, you know you're pretty much there, but it was constantly brown. So
yes, that was it. I would say that would probably be the only downside to that product, but actually for the wheels themselves and the bucket and all that, absolutely fantastic.
It's quite potent, isn't it?
Yeah.
It gave that impression there was a strong product. My top product, I totally agree with you on the wheel cleaner, zirconite wheel cleaner. Other ones that I liked were, and we only showed a bit of it, was a Tenzi glass cleaner at the end. Yeah, that was really nice off, no smearing and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's pretty much it. I've pretty much used them all anyway. But we're gonna stop it there. Okay, we've done our bit. Okay, the car is looking really, really nice, and we do plan to get a few more of these back. Okay, and we're constantly investing, sort of extending the relationship really, because they do a great job, don't they? And
the guys,
3 hours.
The guys that do the first responding, they're taking time out of their own hours, and so they're doing a full-time job, and then after that full-time job, they're going out most evenings and doing the job of a first responder, and so we've got to take their hats off to them, and if we can do a little bit like cleaning their cars for them, well, let's crack on.
Would you ever be interested in doing the first responder?
No.
And
I don't mean that in a nasty way. It's a huge amount of responsibility, and although I do a job that has a huge amount of responsibility, having someone's life in your hands, that takes a special someone, and I'm quite happy to leave that to the first responders, paramedics, doctors and nurses.
Even more respect to them, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. As always, thank you very much. And just for heads up, the next time you'll probably see Karl is when we do the Shiny Garage mega brand review.
I'm looking forward to that.
I am. We've literally got everything coming our way, and we're going to spend a whole weekend doing that one. So that's when you'll probably see Karl next. Don't forget his Instagram channel doubled your numbers since the last video. So
yeah, definitely.
It's really good.
I'm climbing. I've got about just short of 80 followers at the moment. But hopefully I should be getting some more videos on there soon.
Good.
And we'll keep expanding.
Take it.
Nice one, buddy.
Cheers. And watch out for the next video from the Car Boutique. Thank you very much.